Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, the Giants, and the Steelers. When those names pop up in the same conversation, you just know something big is about to go down, and this time is no different. We've got a veteran QB making a surprising decision, a major franchise changing the course of its history, and a behind-the-scenes move that could shake up the entire AFC. Oh, and if you think you've got the situation in Pittsburgh figured out, think again. There's a controversial comment being clarified, a mysterious visit to the team facility, and a potential plot twist straight out of a movie. You don't want to miss a single detail from this red-hot update. So hit that like button and let's get into it. Russell Wilson tried to stay in Pittsburgh, but the Steelers had other plans, and that opened the door for Big Blue to jump into the mix. Last night, the veteran quarterback signed a one-year deal with the Giants worth up to $21 million. But according to insider Jerry Dulac, the truth is Wilson wanted to stay in Pittsburgh until the end. The Steelers, though, they were already ready to turn the page. While New York was building a QB room with Wilson and Jameis Winston, the Steelers made it clear they were on a different wavelength, and that's where things get interesting. Mike Florio from Pro Football Talk reported it's practically a lock that Aaron Rodgers could end up in Pittsburgh. That's right, the Aaron Rodgers. He was even spotted in the city last week, right after the Vikings shut the door on the idea of signing him. Coincidence? Doesn't seem like it. Back to Russ. The guy was drafted in 2012 by the Seahawks and became a star in Seattle. After signing a 5-year deal worth nearly $90 million, he inked a massive 4-year extension worth $140 million with a $65 million signing bonus. Then came the blockbuster trade to the Broncos in 2022, followed by an even bigger extension. 5 years, $245 million with $165 million guaranteed. But things in Denver unraveled before that new deal even really began. The Broncos ended up cutting Wilson and swallowing a record-breaking $85 million in dead cap. Wild. He then signed a veteran minimum deal with the Steelers for 1 year and actually did a solid job. 11 games, 2,482 passing yards, 16 touchdowns, just 5 picks, plus 2 rushing TDs. Not bad, but apparently not enough to convince Pittsburgh to run it back. Now, with Wilson in blue and white in New York, all eyes turn back to Pittsburgh and this possible Rodgers romance. Will it happen? We'll find out soon enough. So what do you think? Was this sudden move the right call? Or did someone take a big loss? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because what's coming next is even more intriguing, especially if you want the real story on what's going on inside the Steelers locker room. Cameron Hayward had to step up off the field this time to clear the air about his recent comments on Aaron Rodgers. The Steelers veteran appeared on Good Morning Football and said the whole thing was a big misunderstanding. That blunt statement like, you either want to be a Steeler or you don't, had a much more laid-back context than it seemed. It all started when someone asked him on his podcast if he'd go on a darkness retreat just to convince Rodgers to sign with Pittsburgh. His answer was straight, I'm not doing that. But Hayward made sure to explain, it's not that he has anything against Rodgers, far from it. He just doesn't believe it's his job to chase someone down. If you want to be a Steeler, great, but that decision has to come from the man himself, he said. Hayward even praised the veteran QB, saying it'd be incredible to have someone with Rodgers' talent on the team, especially with the QB market drying up fast. The Giants grabbed Wilson and Winston, the Vikings seem locked in on JJ McCarthy, and the options are getting slim. Speaking of McCarthy, he didn't even play in 2024 due to meniscus surgery. And about the day Rodgers visited the Steelers facility, Hayward said he didn't even run into him. He was with the strength staff while the coaches tried to keep things discreet during talks with the quarterback. But if he had gotten the chance to talk to Rodgers, he would have laid it out. If you come to Pittsburgh, it's about winning. There's no New York glam here, just hard-nosed football every day, with everyone holding each other accountable to get that 7th Lombardi. Rodgers, who was officially released by the Jets on March 12th, is now a free agent for the first time in his career. At 41 years old, he's still got plenty left in the tank. 3,197 yards and 28 touchdowns after returning from an Achilles injury. And with 503 TDs and nearly 63,000 career yards, his resume speaks for itself. Oh, and just to be clear, the current QBs on the Steelers roster are Mason Rudolph and Skylar Thompson. So yeah, the door is wide open, Aaron. If there's one thing that's become obvious through all of this, it's that Pittsburgh is going through a quiet but serious transformation. Will it work out? Nobody knows. But if they're bringing in someone like Rodgers, it better be with the right mindset. What they can't do is sit on the fence while other teams make big moves. Stay tuned and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the next bombshells that could shake up your favorite team.